Hey guys, I'm here to do a movie review. I've got a bit of time now before I have a nap, so yeah. So this movie review is of The Fall on BBC iPlayer. So I thought I'd watch The Fall now. I was gonna plan to watch it the next week or two because me and my mate Matt are going to see Fall 2. Oh, sorry, just got the cup there. Me and Matt are going to go see Fall 2 at the showcase in a few weeks' time. So I wanted to see the first one, to see what I thought to it, and if I'd enjoy it. And yeah, it was an interesting movie, like a survival movie. So I'll get into what happened in it, and then I'll rate it out of 10. So basically, so at the start of the movie, some teenagers, like in their late teens, they look like in their late teens, they were doing like rock climbing, but sorry, on a massive hill, like on a massive rock mountain. I'm shit scared of heights, so I ain't never doing that. Not a chance in hell. No chance. Fuck that. Maybe Matt would. I think he did skydiving. Yeah, he did do skydiving. Where he flew from a plane and then he went down on a parachute, I think. Yeah, nah. I ain't doing that. I'm scared of heights. I'm really scared of heights. Yeah, I don't do heights. Not for me at all. Yeah, they were climbing on a rock, and a few of them slipped. One stayed on the mountain, but unfortunately, her boyfriend's harness broke, and unfortunately fell a lot of feet, like probably 50 feet, 100 feet. He hit the fucking floor and died. So they go to his funeral. They she's obviously really upset she lost a boyfriend. Then her and a mate, the blonde girl, the other girl's like a brunette, dark hair girl, and I forget the names of the characters, so I'm just saying what they look like. But yeah, she's obviously really upset, and then they're talking at home with each other, the friends, and they decide to do some kind of like survival kind of experiment, kind of. I'd never do it, but each to your own. So this girl though is a bit of an idiot. I'm against drinking and driving, and she didn't do that, but it's to do with not concentrating on the road properly. Drinking and driving, I'm against. Some people, when you're on your phone driving, it's especially like doing a TikTok video or something while you're driving. That's yeah, you can't do that. You've got to fully focus on the road for your safety and others. And she wasn't. And luckily enough, she hit the brake in time. A large van just went past, nearly hit him. That brought memories back, because that nearly happened with me with one of my friends. He weren't driving properly and a van nearly hit us, and I said to him, you need to concentrate. Because if that van hit us, we wouldn't be here now. It would have killed us. You need to focus now and just put the shit in your mind, what's going on in your head, out of it, and just fully focus now, because you nearly got us killed. Because if that van hit us, that massive van, what did drive past us, we would have been done. We wouldn't have survived that. How big that was hitting his little car. So, yeah. That did remind me of that incident. And yeah, then she laughed. I think laughed in like kind of nervousness, because sometimes you do laugh when it's nervous. My mate did. We were all in a car once, and my mate nearly hit the car, and my other mate at the back started laughing, but he wasn't laughing because it was funny. He was laughing because he was nervous, and he thought that he was going to get hurt, but he just laughed because he was nervous. And sometimes that happens. So yeah, she was an idiot doing that. And then so they do this experiment, kind of survival experiment. So there's this tower what's very high. So they climb up the tower, and then it has a top on what you can stand on. So they go up this tower, and before they see a dead dog, unfortunately, and a crow's eating it, and they get the crow off it. A dying dog, but then it did die eventually. So they go up this tower, and it's just falling apart. The tower it keeps falling apart. The screws are coming off the ladders, but they get up on it to halfway. But as they're going up, the ladder falls off. So half of the ladder is now come off. So they've got a rope, so they do help each other up, and they've got a harness. So they help one another up. They're both on the top. And then they want to get back down, but they can't get back down because the ladder has now broke. So they're stuck on the top of this tower, which is probably 100 feet. I don't know how much it is, but it's into the clouds. It's near the clouds. I wouldn't want to be on that. I'm shit scared of heights. I got nervous one time. Me and my mate were walking on a bridge. My mate Matt will know what bridge it is. It's the bridge in Cov where it takes you like from town to Fossil. It's a really wobbly bridge, very wobbly, and I actually know someone who well, I didn't know them. I've heard the story though. Like nearly 20 years ago, a couple were fighting on that bridge, and they both fell off it and died. So ever since that happened, it's made me never want to walk on that bridge. And it's very shaky. It ain't safe. You could easily jump over it and die. If someone wanted to commit suicide on that bridge, they could. They could just jump off it, and it's very wobbly. And yeah, I just don't like walking on that bridge. Like my mate ran across it, I was just tiptoeing on it, just thinking it was gonna fall. I literally thought I was gonna fall off that bridge, and it was a lot lower than how high they was on that tower, but it was still enough that I could have got seriously hurt if I did fall off that bridge. So yeah, I don't like heights, any heights. I'd say that's probably 20-30 feet, that bridge, what I was walking on. That scared me enough. So I'm never doing what they did, a tower or a parachute jump. The only thing I might do is say like a 10 to 15 foot, like a cliff jump onto like a massive lake where I'll be alright and I don't get hurt. I'll do that. But I'm never doing stuff like what they done on either that mountain where her boyfriend died or it's not for me. I just have no interest in doing that. I'm really scared of heights. I don't like being too high in somewhere. Like, yeah, it just scares me. I just think I'm gonna fall and die. So I don't like being in them environments. That's just me. But yeah, now they're stuck on this tower and they don't know how to get down. So they have an emergency survival kit though, that someone left there just in case they can't get back down. So in the survival bag, they have two things. They have binoculars, so they can see who is around, so they can call for help, and a flame, so they can put a flame up into the sky to get attention. That's it, from what I remember. So yeah, they do find someone, but they pull it up at night time because the flare wouldn't really see much in the day, so they do it at night, in the evening. Yeah, night time. And the people who was there, a guy with his dog, yeah, they see them and they say, oh, what? They're stuck there. But then they see their car, and instead of calling the police or emergency services, fire engine people, they nicked their car. So they stole the teenagers' cars, the girls' cars. So now they're still stuck on there in the dark, but the bag ended up falling on the middle part of the tower, so one of them had to go back down, get the bag what had water in, because without water after a few days you could die. I'd say like 4 days to a week. You need some kind of water liquid to keep your systems going. So they're still stuck on there. They're talking about how to get off, how to get down safely. So yeah, because they nicked the car, they couldn't get down now. So the one thing they did think of is getting a they did have also on them a drone. So they get a drone with a note, and they put in the note they're stuck on that tower in the area they're in, call for help. But when they drove the drone to there, it got flat batteries, so what they had to do is they had to go on top of the tower where the light bulb was coming on and off, a red light bulb. They had to undo that, charge the fucking drone so it's fully charged, or she's holding on for her life. That would scare the shit out of me, holding on that long while I'm trying to charge them up. Well, I would never do that anyway, yeah. I don't do stuff like that, the survival things. Not like that, where I'm like 100 feet in the air, no chance in hell. I just told you a story where I'm shitting myself on a bridge, never mind 100-foot tower. No chance. Yeah, maybe Matt do stuff like that. I ain't doing that. No. And what is interesting about this movie is it's a survival movie, so it makes you think, like, what would you do if you was in that situation? You know, I hope I'm never in that situation, but if you was in that situation, what would you do to survive? What would you do to try and get help and try and get out of that situation? So, they get the drone, fully charged. They put the note in the drone, where they are, call for help. So they get a drone near to a kind of like a gas station. I think it's a gas station or where someone lives. It might be a motel. I think it is a motel, not a gas station, a motel, I believe. So the drone was going to go to them to then call for help. But what happened was, as it was near there on the road to go to them, a truck ran it over, and the truck driver did get out, but he didn't see the broken drone and the note. So now they can't get home. So how they got home in the end, I'm going nearly 20 minutes. I'll finish up in a minute. So basically, a girl thinks she's in a dream where the girl fell and hit the middle bit where the signals were, and it wasn't a dream. It did actually happen to the blonde girl. So the blonde girl is now dead. The crow ate some of her. So the girl climbed down to where she was, where she died. She put the phone inside her. She was already dead because she fell and hit her head and died. So she climbed down where she was. She put her phone into the girl's body, and because it was that high up, it had no signal. But when you drop down to the floor, it will have a signal. So she wrote a message to her dad, call for help, I'm stuck on this tower. So that's how she gets help from the emergency services. She pushes her mate off, but she's already dead, so she didn't kill her or anything. She was already dead through falling middle into the bit where she was. So she pushed her off, and then once she landed, the message was sent. Then emergencies come, they get her down from the tower, and at first the dad thinks that it might be his daughter, but it wasn't. It was his daughter's friend, who was in the body bag. So unfortunately, one of the girls died. Yeah, it was a pretty good movie, decent movie. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm looking forward to the second one. But yeah, I really enjoyed this first one. Yeah, I don't think she'll be going on many towers or high stuff like that again, because she nearly died. But yeah, good movie. So what would I give it out of 10? I'd give it 7 out of 10. It was good. I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to number 2, what me and Matt are going to see in a few weeks' time. So yeah, 7 out of 10. So that's my rating to it. Fun movie, interesting movie, kind of like a survival movie, survival thriller, kind of. But yeah, it's certainly smart. I'd never do. Fuck that shit. No chance in hell. Yeah, I'm never doing that. But they're more brave than I'll ever be to do that. And that mountain one where a boyfriend fell and died. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you guys later. Bye for now.